Should Terence Crawford be pound for pound #1 in 2023, having only one fight? Errol Spence Jr. What's good, everybody? It's your boy, Cardinal Red Sports. Let's talk about it. Alright, y'all. So, there's a conversation going on right now regarding Terence Bud Crawford and whether he should be the pound for pound #1. A lot of people have their picks. You know, Inouye's in there. Several other guys are in there. Canelo Alvarez. I think the person with the most people pushing him over the line right now is Terence Bud Crawford and his victory over Errol Spence Jr. My question is that enough for Terence Crawford to be crowned pound for pound #1 in 2023? Just want to break that down for anybody left.
I mean, it's a tie for first. I mean, Bud did it first, so you gotta give him his respect for that. But anyways, doing it in beautiful fashion, because that's basically what it is, a race for undisputed. Crazy, and it ain't like them two can fight each other. So.
Alright, y'all, so Terence Bud Crawford and pound for pound conversation. Should he be #1 for 2023? Well, I think first of all, you gotta look at the other nominees or the other guys being considered for pound #1 and what they've done in 2023. Now, you know, who would be considered, you know, the top guys, the top 5 guys? I think you got to throw Canelo in there. This is not in any specific order, but I think you got to throw Canelo in there.
If you see his record, he just beat one good fighter, like Errolspence.
I think you got to throw Devin Haney in there. You got to throw Inoue in there. You throw Terence Crawford in there. Who would I throw in there from heavyweight? You can either throw Tyson Fury or Uzeki in there for heavyweight. So with those guys, who would be considered pound for pound #1 and why? You know, I think the person with the biggest case would most likely be the guy who fought the most in 2023. Now, I can't specifically speak on everybody's record for 2023. You know, I'm not sure what everybody's done in 2023, but I do know Naoya has become undisputed twice, I believe in 1 year, which is crazy to even think about. I believe Tyson Fury's fought a couple of times in 2023. Terence Crawford only had the one fight, but he won in spectacular fashion. Devin Haney, I believe, had 2 fights in 2023. Gervonta Davis, I think, only had 1 fight in 2023. Even though I don't think I would consider him pound for pound. I would consider him the most famous boxer. I think he is the face of boxing, but I don't know if he's pound for pound just because he didn't fight enough in 2023.
But I'm going to go with my instinct on this one. Saddle up, partner.
So, you know, when you look at it that way, who's fought the most, who has the best victories, I think it really only comes down to 2, maybe 3 names. And that would be Terence Bud Crawford, Naoya, and then you have Devin Haney.
A bullshit.
Devin Haney fought a couple of times in 2023, had some spectacular fights. You know, one of them I believe he lost, but he got the nod in the victory. So what can you do? He won the fight technically, but he definitely lost. So I mean, if you look at him and you judge his last 2 fights, you would have to say, you know, what he did at 140 was spectacular, won a title. But that whole fight with Vasyl Lomachenko, I think, puts so many asterisks on Devin Haney's name when it comes to being pound for pound #1. You can't really consider him, so you got to scratch him off the list. And then you go to Naoya. You know, he's become undisputed twice in 1 year, which is, hey, the most crazy thing I've ever heard of in boxing.
And just for that, I'm going to make you wait 2 minutes and 2 seconds.
Unfortunately, I didn't get to watch it live. I wish I did get to experience that live, but I didn't. And then you got Terence Bud Crawford, who had the Errol Spence fight, you know, dominated Errol Spence. A lot of people feel like that should put him atop the list for pound. But the thing about Terence Crawford, when you look at his actual resume, and the fact he only fought 1 time in 2023. Who did he fight before Errol Spence? Well, it was a complete nobody, David Avanzian.
Sorry, I farted.
Dominated Avanzian. Nobody brought the fight. So, you know, how would you consider Terence Crawford? Would you consider that fight, you know, just a complete flop and, you know, a waste of everybody's time? Or does that even matter? Hey, he fought somebody, he dominated somebody. He's dominated his last few opponents. You know, the thing about Terence Crawford, who did he fight before David Evanzian? What did he fought? It was either Amir Khan or Kell Brook, one of them. Dominated both of those guys anyway, but both of those guys were over the hill. And, you know, most of his last couple of fights have been guys that have been over the hill.
I don't want to hear this shit while I'm eating.
Stop talking to you.
Now, I wouldn't call Errol Spence over the hill at all. But, you know, when you look at a guy like David Evanzian, a guy like Kell Brook, Amir Khan, that was not a competition at all, you know. And even the Errol Spence fight wasn't a competition, but for different reasons. Hopefully, we'll get to see the definitive fight in the rematch. But if he dominates Spence again, then you got to say, well, were all these guys kind of like over the hill, and he's just catching everybody at the right time? And if that's the case, then there's only one name that should be considered for pound number one in 2023, and that would be Inoue. And I would have no argument for why he should be pound for pound number one. He dominated everybody. He became undisputed twice in 1 year, and he's been fighting pretty much everybody they put in front of him. That's not like some weird David Evanzian fight thrown in there just to pad your stats up or make you a little bit of money. No, he's like Manny Pacquiao. Feed him to me and I'm going to keep knocking him down. And for that reason, me personally, I would consider Inoue a pound for pound number one. Now, is he going to get pound for pound number one? I think the Terence Crawford fans are going to have a lot to say about that. I think the Devin Haney fans are going to have a lot to say about that. I think everybody's fan base is going to make an argument. But realistically, that should be the only name anybody's mentioning. If Terence Crawford would have pulled off undisputed in quicker fashion, or he would have pulled it off and then went and fought another credible fighter like Boots and then beat Boots, then I would be making a case for Terence Crawford. But Terence Crawford always does what's best for Terence Crawford, and what's best for Terence Crawford is not always what's best for the sport or the fans.
Like, I had to cut a bunch of people off. That's what I mean by growing up. So I had a bunch of people that probably have me dead or in prison right now if I didn't lose them in them seasons they was in. So I had to make some changes. Like, nobody could change you but you.
So y'all let me know what y'all think about all that down in the comment section below. Hit that like button for me. Share. Subscribe. Holler at me on all social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter. But you're more than likely to get a response on the tubes or holler at me over there. If you want to collab or feature a product or your channel on my channel, feel free to hit my Gmail, because it is a flock of cards at gmail.com. And we are money.
You see, I never was the type to be sweet, diabetes type 2. Even if I like you, even if I wife you, holla at another bitch, what I might do. A player, what you could call me, but a nuttin' ass nigga, what you would call me. I could call 3 bitches to the crib, give them some Xanax, start a football team. But I was overbooed up, too much drama, I made a few cuts. You was a bottom bitch, then you moved up, new shoes and such, I hooked you up. Then you started tripping. If a bitch said hello, she was in for a natural ass whipping. So now I'm dipping. Don't act like you don't know why. Even though you're so fly, I gotta go by. Beautiful. I was struggling, now I'm bubbling. Why you stunting, acting so unusual? Well, here's something you should know. You should know. I got a new bitch. Verse number 2. Can I cucumber you without you? Wondering who else I'm fucking to. Man, I wish I didn't fuck with you. Matter of fact, I'm out of here. My wish is coming true. I'm about to call up number 2. Now she coming through and her friends coming too. Then I'm finna call up Sauce. Tell him bring some blunts, maybe we can trade off. It could've been me and you on some one-on-one shit, but your ass won't trip. Everything was all good when I was getting bad. Now I'm getting cash. Every chick I pass, let me smash. Ain't no use to getting mad. Matter of fact, maybe you should get your shit and smash. But don't act like you don't know why. Even though you're so fly, you gotta go. Bye.